This is the Star Wars The Black Series from the video game The Force Unleashed. We've got two versions of their new Galen Marek or Starkiller figures. We've got the regular released Black Series figure as well as the Pulse exclusive, I believe, or San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, whichever place you bought it from. The exclusive box set that came with the actual Starkiller figure, 2 Stormtroopers, and a whole bunch of accessories. Man, this is a killer figure. Pun intended. Okay, so this one I picked up at my local Toy Kingdom store for about 29 bucks. Great artwork, fantastic. But he's got the bare minimum. He's got only one lightsaber and one color. So yeah, I don't know about that. I figured, I'd go ahead and get the other one, so the exclusive, so we can get the full experience of Starkiller. This set I picked up from our toys for about 130 bucks. A little pricey because it's an exclusive. Not a lot of hobby shops were selling him. So here's the box. Same thing on the back side. What's interesting, there's some artwork right here. You get to see what's the contents. See lots of content, lots of accessories, and I'm hoping that the accessories and the extra figures will justify that very, very high price point. Now, I was a bit worried that, being a victim of bad luck from Hasbro products, I wasn't able to get a good one. This set might be defective. So what's interesting about this box set is the sleeve is actually not taped to the actual box. The box is taped all over, but the sleeve is not. So you have the opportunity to actually open it up. So if you see several in a shop, you can ask the owner if you can slide it open, and it will actually allow you to pick through several of these pieces. You get to see the actual figure. There's no plastic, so you can count if their accessories are all there. Both blades are there. Lightsaber hilt, I don't see it anywhere. I hope it's there. I mean, the Stormtroopers won't be able to see it, but you get to see the paint apps on the figure. From the looks of things, could be the exact same figure. We'll see, but it does appear to be the exact same figure, just with more accessories. So let's clean this all up. Let's crack both of these figures open, and we'll give our thoughts on both of them, which one you should pick up, and are they worth picking up. And here are both Starkiller Galen Marek figures out of the packaging. And for the purposes of this review, all the elements that pertain to the exclusive figure will be on the left, and the regular release will be on the right. And in this scenario, we have the exclusive holding the blue lightsaber and the regular release holding the red lightsaber. This figure came out great. I say that with a lot of Black Series figures, but this is a beast of a figure. Man, I wish I played the game, because this is a very, very, very good looking Black Series figure. Now, the exclusive Starkiller figure came with 2 extra figures. These are the 2 Stormtroopers that came in the pack. They're both armed with their E11 blasters, and there's really not much to say about these figures except for the fact that they are the Jedha Patrol Stormtrooper molds. If you've seen that review, this figure has been repacked and packed several times, but it's essentially the Jedha Patrol Stormtroopers, the new buck that they're using for Stormtroopers. It's actually, in my opinion, the best looking Stormtrooper mold we've had in a long time, better than the clone troopers or the original Orange Line Stormtrooper. I think this is the best one we have from Hasbro. They look great. The only thing I really don't like about these figures are their soft, gummy pistol belts that have these bendy, these things really bend when you try and pose it, and they came bent in the packaging, so a little crummy bit of the figures, but nothing a boiling water and ice cold water method can't fix. But that's just it about these Stormtroopers, Jedha Patrol Stormtrooper bucks. They look great. On my copy of the figures, the paint apps came out terrific. No complaints on these Stormtroopers. And here they all are with Darth Vader. Incidentally, this is the Kenobi Darth Vader, which is basically just the buck they used for the Rogue One or Redline Darth Vader. And they scale perfectly with the Darth Vader figure. I think they look great. If you have both of these figures on the shelf, man, this is a great diorama. Great scene to just display all these figures. So both figures are essentially identical with one main difference, which I will show off later. The obvious difference being is that the exclusive comes with the Stormtroopers and a slew of all these fantastic accessories. I mean, it gives you the whole experience of Starkiller, while the regular release just has a lightsaber, which is the basic thing you need for a Starkiller figure. Now, essentially, both figures, like I said, are the same. The main difference, if you can, I don't know if you can see it, is the, I guess, is this a loincloth or waist cape, I should say. The paint on the regular issue is a little darker and a little shinier. This one is a little matte and more realistic. I don't think they had shiny robes back then. So this one is a little, I guess, should be inaccurate. This is probably the more accurate. But as a personal taste, I'm kind of partial with this one. I do like the shiny bits on him. I don't know why. I mean, I should be liking this one more, but I don't know. This one just looks a lot cooler, in my opinion. But that's just me, okay? The buck, the body, the armor, this one, the belt, even on the back, look at the way it's been painted. I don't think it's consistency. I think they did it on purpose. So this one's a little shinier and darker. This one's lighter and matte. The boots are the same. The whole entire sculpt is the same. Even the arms. Yeah, I wanted to point out that the exclusive does have alternate heads. This is the one I think this is my favorite out of all the heads. It's the screaming head sculpt, which is just so cool. I mean, look at that. This one just looks like Channing Tatum. This one is like, I don't know, Eminem? I don't know, but look at that. And this one's just, I'm just cool, okay? He does come with a regular stock release, of course, the Channing Tatum version, and he has this Joker. This Joker head sculpt, I don't know, because it feels like he's Norman Osborn, that he's about to just smile or smirk, or this thing, this is bewildering for me. I have no idea why they have this. They should have just given him a gritty face. This one is just like creepy. I don't know, man. But anyway, as far as articulation goes, it's exactly the same. Triple ball joint on the neck, ball joint here, ball joint middle, ball joint at the base of the neck. You got a ball jointed waist, butterfly joints. Arms go in and out, forward and backward 360. Single hinge, elbows that swivel. Hips are on the Mafex joints, the just ball joints that are cut out. So Hasbro feels you don't need a thigh cut because you could do this. No thigh cuts. The wrists go up and down most of the time. This one goes in and out. We'll talk about the hands later. Knees are on hinges, they are on swivels. You've got the ankles that go up and down and have the rocker tilt. So all in all, fantastic sculpt. Even the blood paint kind of looks identical. It's probably just consistency. This one feels like there's more blood on it, the regular release. But yeah, everything's the same. Their gauntlets on the right hand look the same. The armor looks the same, painted the same. And like I said, the only difference is the waist cape. Back to the accessories. The lightsaber hilts appear to be identical. Paint consistency issues between them. I think the regular release on my copy is painted better than the exclusive. I don't know. The exclusive's black paint at the base of the hilt is way up high, and then the regular release is way low. I don't know if that's intentional. Let me know if you got the regular release and if it's the same thing. What I do like about the lightsaber is the hilt is made of, not of that soft gummy plastic they used for Galen Skull and Shinha T. This one is a little firm, which I do appreciate. And both lightsabers, you can remove the blades. And the exclusive does come with the same red blade that the regular release has. But the difference is, like I said, this one has the blue blade. And they have the the exclusive has a corresponding boom boom version of that's the technical term for these blades, the boom boom version of the lightsaber blades, which we first saw with the Count Dooku figure. Not a big fan of these at first, but after a while it grows on you. But I think they're great, but not necessary in my opinion. They could have used the plastic for some other things, which I'll talk about in a little while. Okay, on to the hands. So the extra pair of hands, other than the gripping hands, the stock hands are the same. Both figures share the gripping hands for the lightsaber. The left hand does feel like more of a pistol grip, if you know what I'm saying. But the exclusive does have other hands. He has the, these are the, I don't know what they call them. I want to call them the relaxed hands. They can grip the lightsaber, but this one can grip the lightsaber a little bit. This one can't. This one is like feeling for the force, but they're just stock hands. Not entirely sure why they chose these hands. Would have been nice, I think, had they just included fists instead of the relaxed hands, but okay. Then the exclusive does have the force hands, like controlling the force or lifting stormtroopers, okay? Now, speaking of force hands, the exclusive also has the dark side electro for electric shock hands, just like the Emperor had. And it's made of, the entire thing is made of this clear dark blue plastic. Very, very cool, royal blue plastic. I do prefer the left hand's electricity more. It's more like tree branches rather than this curly electric molding that the right electric hand has. But they're pretty cool, and you know what, they do work very, very nicely. I do prefer, like I said, this one on the left, and I think it will fit nicely on the Stormtroopers better than the other one. Like, get the trap, set the trap, I got the live one, set the trap, Egon. Sorry, I couldn't resist it. Okay, and then we'll talk about the base last. We'll talk about this one. This one is probably my least favorite of the accessories. It's the force effect, the force push hand, which I think is this is how you do it. I mean, really? Is this something that they tested that fans would be? I mean, I don't get it. I thought it was going to be his like breakdancing hand, so he could like, you know, breakdance with the force or something. I'm kidding. My least favorite. And you know what? They could have spared us. I mean, okay, this one's fine, but they could have used the plastic, the budget for plastic on this one, to give us another hilt, like an identical hilt, because in the original 3.75-inch Legends figure, that figure came with 2 lightsabers, if I'm not mistaken. And it would have been nice if 2 lightsabers were given to this figure, so that, well, for exactly that, it would have been nice if he can hold like 2 lightsabers, do this or something like that. I mean, that would be pretty cool. 2 lightsaber hilts, so that you didn't have to constantly interchange the blades. But you know, Hasbro. Okay, and finally, we have the Dragon Ball base. I mean, this is cool. I mean, it's Hasbro's way of trying to copy what Bandai does with their Dragon Ball figures, so that, you know, he's charging up and all that, and it's got 3 pegs. You can put in which one, but when you attach the effects, there's really very little room for 2 figures. Or what I'm not appreciating here is, like, it's so hard to do a superhero landing on this base because of how narrow the positioning of the effects. And what's sad is when you take off the effects, the base will work, no problem. But I was kind of hoping that the effects would stand on their own, so that you could do some effects like that, and you could be being pushed back and you'd have an effect. But the effects are on pegs, so they're pretty useless without the base. So that is a shame. Maybe something Hasbro can workshop and figure out how to do this in the future. Maybe for Marvel Legends, or maybe even for more Gaming Greats figures. But they need to do what Bandai is doing. Because Bandai has like a big base and they have these giant energy effects. I mean, if that's what they're trying to do, they could improve on that base. So essentially, that's it. And so some final thoughts on these Starkiller figures from the Black Series. Man, they are gorgeous, gorgeous figures. And I guess the big question is, which one do you get? Or, if you have the means, I would say get both. I mean, you can never have too many Starkiller figures in your collection, right? Just like you can't have too many Stormtroopers or Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker figures in your collection. But if you just have to pick one, I'm going to say it depends. If you are a big fan of the game, The Force Unleashed, you're a big fan of Starkiller, and you really collect the Black Series figures, if you want the full experience of the Starkiller figure, you have got to get the exclusive version. The exclusive version just makes everything about this figure amazing. I mean, you've got 3 head sculpts, you've got 8 pairs of hands, you got the base, that's amazing, and you've got the brand new bucks for Stormtroopers. This is an amazing set. Now, for the price Hasbro is asking for it, for what, 150, 120 bucks now online? I think it's just really worth 100 bucks, if you ask me. But given the fact that it's hyped up, it's a very popular character for the gaming community and Star Wars community in general, $120, $130 might not be too unreasonable. So it's up to you. If you have the means to get one, if you have the means to get this set, I will highly recommend it, especially if you're a big fan of the character and you love the Black Series figure. Now, if you're just a casual collector, you just need a plain vanilla basic Starkiller on your shelf, then the regular release is the way to go. I mean, it has one lightsaber, and I'm sure you can 3D print another lightsaber. You can probably find a way to get another blue blade in it, get an extra blue blade from another figure or something like that. I mean, that's an easy fix if you really want to give him his blue lightsaber or another lightsaber. But if you don't want to spend more than 100 bucks for a Starkiller figure, you just need one on your shelf. The regular release of the figure, I think, is for you. It'll probably be very difficult to get it for 30 bucks. I mean, 30 bucks is the going rate for it, 30, 35. I think on retail, I don't know if GameStop is selling it for 25, 26 bucks. I mean, I'd be surprised if this thing goes for 25 bucks. Well, that is until Ross gets their hands on the cases of these figures. But, kidding aside, I think 35 bucks, I think is a reasonable price for this regular release Starkiller figure. So both figures, for what they're worth, I think they deserve a 10 out of 10. I hardly had any complaints regarding the figures. I mean, I had minor gripes about this figure, but that's just me nitpicking. I mean, it could have been better, obviously. We didn't need so many accessories. I mean, they could have given us more useful accessories like lightsaber hilts or, I don't know, fists or something like that. But those are minor complaints. I think the set deserves a 10 out of 10. And even the mainline release for a basic Starkiller figure, I think it deserves a 10 out of 10. Just amazing products from the Black Series line by Hasbro. This is how you do it. You do not scrimp. You do not cut corners. You don't cut the budget for fans, especially for this character. And moving forward, I'm hoping for great things from the Black Series line, not just repaints and reissues and all that. Just give us fantastic figures, and collectors will pay and show up for these figures. So with that, let me know what you guys think of both versions of the Starkiller figure from the Black Series line. The exclusive, convention exclusive or Pulse exclusive Force Unleashed 3-pack of Starkiller with the 2 Stormtroopers and the bells and whistles, and as well as the mainline Star Wars The Black Series Gaming Greats, the Force Unleashed Starkiller figure. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. But look at that.